And good morning. Happy Saturday. This says May 7th. I'm going to have to fix that because today is actually May 14th. So updating that as we speak should be fixed on the fly. Glad to see everybody here this morning. If you need IT consulting of any kind, you can reach out at williehowe.com. If we can't help you, we'll get you to someone who can. Other great ways to support the cause here and help us keep pumping out this content is to use our affiliate links below. They don't change your price, but they do kick a couple bucks to the channel. And they are clearly marked. No obfuscation. I totally said that wrong about the affiliate links. So I hope everybody is doing well. Let's go over to the comments. Good morning, CH. Alonzo is going to watch the recording. He has to hit the road. Good morning, JH. Michael Roberts also has to come back and watch. Good morning, Sean, Zach, Ralph, Rick, Brent. Good morning, everyone. Brent, I am going to fill out your paperwork for that and send you an email about those number ports. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Let me know you can hear me. Hit that thumbs up button. So we're going to talk about some UniFi stuff, some Grandstream stuff. So I'm working on this video for Grandstream. Hey, Jeremy's in the house. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Christopher. Can everybody hear me? Just let me know in the chat. I'm not seeing any indication. I'd hate to be talking and no one can hear me. But, morning, Scott. JH says my audio is good. Perfect. So, the Grandstream UCM started out as just a PBX, and it is so much more than that. And that is the video that I am working on. So, it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, probably 20-25 minutes. But it'll be, divided up into chapters, and you're going to be able to click around and all that good stuff. Because if you haven't messed with a Grandstream UCM in a while, it is way more than just a PBX. It has teleconference abilities. It can now control building access, control devices, cameras, all kinds of things. And I am shoring up details with the hotel to do some training here. I've got to call the manager again on Monday. So we'll be doing Grandstream certified professional training in August in Peoria. So I reached out to one hotel, didn't get any response. And then the other hotel, the manager has called me almost every day. So let's see. Prav says RT6600AX or UDM UDR for small installations. Thoughts? So Prav, in the comments, go ahead and let me know what your other network requirements are. So let's talk about this. Unky Joe, I don't think he's here with us this morning yet. Unky Joe pointed out in the documentation that the RT6600AX says you can only create 5 networks. So I am going to hook it up later tonight or tomorrow. I've got a bunch of network stuff I've got to get out for people. And I'm going to try to create more than 5 VLANs. I'm wondering if that 5 networks is actually 5 wireless networks, which would make more sense to me than limiting the number of wired VLANs that you can create. So I'm going to record it. So I'll be bumbling around a little bit, fumbling a little bit, but I'm going to record it and then just drop the video about that. So Grandstream's got also some exciting things coming. They released a it's a GWN, or the GDS. I think it's the 3702. You can go check that out. They're supposed to be sending me one so that we can compare the 3702, the 3705, and the 3710 for building access control. Good morning, Harry. So Prav, let me know what your other requirements are. And by the way, this morning, if you're not following me on Twitter, I often post on Twitter affiliate links to the Ubiquity store when products drop. And man, they are selling out quickly. So you got to be on top of it. And, how I do it is there is a Reddit, there's a subreddit called Ubiquity in Stock, and you can filter by that, and you can get notifications on your Reddit app for free for all the devices that hit. Even EA devices show up in the Reddit notifications. And then when I am working on the computer, I also have one tab up on my second monitor. I have it on that Ubiquiti in stock, and then I have a plugin that refreshes the page every 30 seconds. So I am not a scalper. The problem is, and we'll take a look at this. So we got a couple things that we're going to look at. We are never going to solve the world's secondary market and scalper problem, because as long as demand exists, people are going to figure out how to do the people are going to figure out how to jack those prices up. It's not just electronics. As you know, if you've listened, you know I'm a fan of fine bourbon, and fine bourbon, the secondary market is ridiculous. I mean, we're seeing bottles of bourbon like there's an E.H. Taylor Warehouse C. You know, these barrels survived a tornado a few years back, and you know, we're seeing these bottles go for like $30,000. I will never spend $30,000 on a bottle of bourbon, but I would take a pour out of one if somebody wanted to send a handshake. But here's the other thing. Ubiquiti EA. So here's the other thing that is crazy, right? So we're going to switch over to our small screen here real quick. I'm going to zoom in on this as much as I can. So I picked up a Dream router myself this morning for $199.99 plus tax and shipping. So it was about two something, right? And as soon as I got mine, I went ahead and I dropped the link on Twitter. But look at this. So, you know, after shipping, after tax, it's let's just say $215 device, right? Over here on eBay, if I search for Ubiquiti EA, here is a non-EA UniFi Dream router, $369.99, $389.99, $379.99. This MSRP on this device is $199 USD. So this, and people are buying them, right? That's why these people are charging this. So this is the market at work, right? I will never be a scalper. I will never charge prices like this. It's just not who I am. It's not in my DNA. Some people are like that. They're opportunistic, and that's what the market allows, right? And because people are willing to pay these prices, this is going to continue. Here is something that's in EA. This is the Connect Cast, and I've been trying to get my hands on one of these. And this person had multiple Connect Casts. So what this does is, if you haven't checked out Connect, check it out. And if you can't talk a lot about it because it's EA, but basically what this device does is it has an HDMI out port, and you can turn any TV into a digital signage, into a UniFi Protect monitoring station. But this is a $79 device, MSRP, when you can get it from Ubiquiti. And somebody has bought up a bunch of these in EA, and they're selling them for $164.95. Now, I have a project where I actually could use 12 of these, but I can't get them. And I never mark up parts. Parts get sold at MSRP, and usually we point people to the links and you pick it up. Now, if you use the affiliate link, yes, we make some points on that. Okay, here's a Ubiquiti Dream router, $409.95. Here's that UVC AI bullet camera, $639.99 plus $14 for shipping. I think that camera is like, here, let me do this. Let me pull up the Ubiquiti store, and we'll see what that camera goes for. So if I pull this up, so that is a $299 camera. Oh, G3 Flexes in stock, G3 Instance in stock. My affiliate link is down below. If you're looking for those cameras, you don't have to use it, but it is always appreciated. So affiliate link in the comments. And somebody commented on a video and said, hey, you're begging, I'm not begging. What I'm doing is I'm telling you that, and I should do a video about this, and I know Tom has done a video about this, but it is time intensive and expensive to create free educational content, right? So a large portion of our business is the consulting, and I appreciate, and I really do from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate everybody that's in the comments, or everybody that's not in the comments, or everybody that's watching that has used us for consulting. But consulting is hourly, and those folks take priority. They've sent us money, right? So in order for us to then free up other time to keep creating the content, there has to be some sort of a give, right? Because the power company is certainly not going to go, hey, Willie, you do such a great job making those Ubiquiti videos. Don't pay your power bill this month. It's on the house. That is the most ridiculous thing that's come out of my mouth in the last 45 minutes. And it's not going to happen, right? So there is a real cost to what we do here. And some people just want everything for free. The amount of requests that I get for people who are like, hey, create this video for me. Okay, do you want to pay me for the video? Anyway, soapbox over. But if you're looking for cameras right now, G4 Bullet, and remember with the Protect system, you know, these cameras, yeah, they're a little higher cost, but that's, you know, that's the trade-off for not having a licensing fee, right? But yeah, that camera is a $299 camera when it's in stock, and there was a bunch of them dropped yesterday, but you can see $639.99. Is it worth it? Don't know. Here's another one, $579.99, $600 plus 21. This guy's not even going to throw in free shipping. $600 for a $300 camera, and he's going to shiv you for $21.21 for shipping. This is the market right now, folks. I'm sure you can pick a brand of things that you can't get. Go to eBay, you're going to find them where the hoarders are hiding them. Here's a pre-owned. At least this person is being real and telling you that this is a pre-owned UDR. $273. There's 2 bids on a used one, plus $10 shipping. I mean, this is the market. It's bananas. $400. Okay, so here's a brand new Ubiquiti UniFi access point Wi-Fi 6 extender. So this is in the EA. So let's go to network. And let's go to Wi-Fi. And where's that hiding at? Access point Wi-Fi 6 extender, $149 when you can get it, $220, 3-day shipping. Here's another UDR. Here's a this one's gonna crack you up, right? So I am gonna do some UniFi talk videos. We're gonna compare, contrast, talk with the Grandstream system. But look at this. So the Grandstream ATA, which if you've seen the video where I have my red bat phone that's hooked up to an ATA, this device is literally $19. On eBay, you can have it for the low price of $199.88. Buy it now, free shipping. I would certainly hope so. Here's that UniFi Dream Wall. So this says it's brand new, but it's obviously been taken out of the box. So the cellophane has been broken. So you, sir, this is not brand new. This is like driving a car off the lot. You've taken it out. We don't know if you've dropped it. We don't know if you smoke in your house. We don't know anything. That is not brand new. If it's out of the box, it is not brand new. And I will die on that hill. $990, best offer, $58.40. This is the lowest priced UniFi Dream Wall that I have seen, because they're $799. So I wonder if this person opened it, plugged it in, played with it, is still trying to say that it's brand new, because this is the most kind-hearted scalper that I've seen. $1299.95. And wait till you see the price on the Pro. There was a leak that said that the Pro was only going to be $1,500. But it just goes on and on and on. You know, here's like the UISP console, $500. Just think this is a $199 device. This is like this should be a Bits. No, that's not that one. This should be like a Bits and Bourbon episode. $199, $399, $500. I mean, do not pay the scalpers prices. Just don't do it. If people stop paying secondary price, and then as I say that, the UniFi Connect 21-inch with VESA mount, I've been trying to get my hands on this UniFi Connect 21-inch display, $680. I'm not paying the scalper's price. Willie Howe will not pay the scalper's price. So, and it's the market, right? Look at this. The UXG is in stock, or was in stock. So if we go to network and we go to routing offload, look at this, $499 if you want to pick one up, which, by the way, I'm pulling a USG Pro out at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and we're replacing it with the UXG. We're getting rid of a JSON file. It's going to be absolutely awesome. But look at this. This person's taking the chance that you aren't smart enough to go out and look at the Ubiquity store. So they're going to charge you $900 for a $500 device. Just don't do it. Don't feed the scalpers. All right, over to the comments real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. Rick says UDM Pro on 7.1.65, but no teleport. UniFi. Interesting. I have it in general. I have, so we run EA and we run early access, and I have it in general access. So you maybe refresh it. Maybe it's some sort of, I don't know, but we have it, and we have other people who have it. Okay, so Prav says high-level requirements, mostly Wi-Fi clients, including point-of-sale systems and Zoom Phone. Might have an RS1619 in there as well, but that varies. So Prav, I would go ahead. It doesn't sound like maybe you're only going to need 2 or 3 SSIDs. If it's a small building, I would go ahead and say, since you're going to have the RS1619, I would go ahead and look for one of these new Synology routers. So instead of mixing and matching, right, then everything, the management becomes simple for a small shop. When you start scaling things out, it changes a little bit. Sean says, we had issues last week with getting the US Pro 24 PoE switches, so went ahead for the Enterprise, and for $80 more, it's nice to have the 2.5, 100%. 2.5 gig ports are fantastic. Sean says, prices on the second hand are insane like Raspberry Pis. Yeah, I refuse to pay. Like, I will find alternatives instead of paying those prices. Good morning, Ryuch. I'm sorry, I totally butchered that. Good morning, Ryan. He says, this week left me medium rare. Yeah, it was hotter than Hades. Cody says, I'll sell my dream wall for $2,000. He says he's joking. Cody is supposed to hook that up and invite me as an admin. I missed out. Like, literally, like, Cody and I were talking about it, and another batch dropped, and I cannot. They've been having some batches of those drop, and I'm just not fast enough because I'm doing other things to get to it. But Cody is going to invite me as an admin, and I'm looking forward to that. Steve V says, there's a sucker born every minute, and a con man will buy all the cradles 100%. I wish there was a way UI could put a stop to this. They can't. Unless they want to completely alienate their user base, they got to let the market do its thing. JH says, I have to pay good money for old stuff to keep networks going. So here's the thing, though, JH, you should have qualified that in that you are paying probably, hopefully, for devices that are still supported. Because in compliance-driven networks, if a device can't get firmware updates, you're not supposed to run it, right? If an auditor comes in and you're running an EOL device and you don't have tons of workarounds in place that are documented, then you could get written up for that. There could be monetary fines and things like that. But I know exactly what you are talking about in that you, I saw it myself. We put some end-of-life Cisco access points on eBay, and they sold for 3 times what they should have. And so there are folks out there that are buying that old gear, and some of them I think are rolling the device, So JH says token ring and hubs on air gap networks. So that is a different, and you may have confused a lot of people. Air gap network, if you have like a building automation control network, or if you're at a nuclear power plant, the networks that run those very sensitive, specialized networks should be air gapped. So they shouldn't have internet access. They shouldn't go back through your main network and things like that. You can put access to them to get to them. Usually we do that via a single internet connection with lots of firewall rules, but it is physically a network inside of another one that is physically a separate network is what JH is talking about. And we do that a lot for building automation control. And building automation control is like the wild, wild west. And there's so many people charging ridiculous amounts of money to secure those networks. that we, and the thing is, we could get into it. These players have been in there. We do it at a small scale. We could do it at a large scale because it's really easy. But the big players will eat us alive. Good morning, Dave. Emil, that's awesome that you got a Dream router. I get one too. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Dale. Dale, we need to hook up later this week. Prav, if you've got more questions, feel free to drop me a line, shoot me an email, fill out the contact form, and we can, there's a lot of times when people are just bouncing ideas off of us, we don't charge for that. If it comes to actual design, that's a different story, but if you've got questions and we can help steer you in the right direction, we're more than happy to do that. Christopher says, trying to use Synology Radius server to authenticate UniFi VPN. Could never get it to work. Other Radius clients authenticate fine. Have you ever seen it work? If we have, it's been a while off the top of my head. So that's something. Christopher, shoot me an email and we'll do a video on that. Don't know which router you're using or if you're using the NAS, but let me know and we'll do a video on that. Paulo says, check around 7 a.m. Eastern. Usually a bunch of gear gets listed. Yeah, I was really surprised to see it on the weekend because last weekend on the Ubiquiti store was absolutely crickets. So I'm waiting for a bunch of EA drop stuff. So I've got one of these. Don't need those yet. Trying to get one of these. Waiting on this. Got one of these. The UniFi Connect stuff is going to be a real game changer for UniFi and for the way that people handle digital signage. Waiting to get one of these. Got one of these. Yeah, so they've got some stuff that's going to be a real game changer. Real quick, back over to the comments. Dexter, Loco Nano's dropping anytime soon. So we don't know when they are going to drop. They just drop. Literally none of us who have affiliate links or any of us who are in early access know when it's going to. Only Ubiquiti knows when that's going to happen. So that's why I use the Reddit in stock subreddit, and I have that refresher, and I get notifications on my phones. Dale says, just did a large order with TP-Link and it had to agree to not resell. That's awesome that they sold to you directly, Dale. That's fantastic. Is it all Omada gear? Jari says, is it possible to use site-to-site VPN with an external open VPN provider? Probably you could do some routing that way, I would imagine. It'd be pretty interesting to see. I've never tried it. Ralph says, I have some very lightly used Ubiquiti gear. Is there some place to offer them to like-minded people to help out? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shoot a note to Tim, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a page on our website, and you'll be able, what we'll do is I'll do a video on it, and what we'll do is we'll make those connections for people. So we'll have like a for sale listing. Ralph, please send me an email because I've got a bunch of stuff I got to do today, but I will get that on Tim's list and we will get that, get to that. I'll get him that message this evening. JH says automation control stuff never gets updated. So it's the security risk is high, but the networks I do it for, yeah. And that's the thing, right? HVAC people come in, solar people come in. I mean, right in the solar installation guide for these large scale systems, it tells you not to expose these things to the internet. But the biggest offenders we see are elevator people, HVAC people, and the solar people come in, they install this stuff. They never touch it. It gets outdated and it's crazy. Ryan says, I want to air gap my backup server, but it's a main general file server, so I'm not sure what to do. Well, Ryan, shoot me an email. All right, let's see. That's what we have to do with our payment network at our sites. They put in a managed router. Yeah, so you have to create the PCI says that point of sale systems should not be on your network. So when we do PCI systems, they are different VLANs. Sometimes they're physical different networks depending on the need. Cody says, I have a Connect screen and was able to get a Connect cast, but haven't opened it yet. Well, if you want to sell it, Cody, let me know and I'll make you a reasonable offer. Which size Connect screen do you have, the 7 or the 21? Let me know. Shoot me a signal message, Cody, and we'll negotiate over this. Maybe I've got something here you want, and we can work on a trade. Harry says, I use Synology Radius server for authenticating users for my Wi-Fi network. So it is possible to do that. Okay, Ralph, thanks. Send that over. Thanks. Harry gives me some hope. That's what Christopher says. Okay, real quick, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, here is one of my controllers that is not EA. This is running, it's a Cloud Key Gen 2 with a UXG4, and I'm not running EA software. I'm running general availability software. Just got an update today, so let's take a look at 7.1.65. But here's the thing that I wanted to talk about. So a lot of us, I help a lot of people do site-to-site VPNs, and they use USGs, and depending on where they are connecting to, sometimes we have to do things to the command line, and I create a script, and I say, look, if you reprovision your USG, if your USG power cycles, you need to SSHN run this script, and it'll reconnect it. It usually has to do with the encryption settings and things like that. If you haven't noticed, even in the old interface, they have updated and added new options that were not available before. So we didn't used to have all the different hash options. It was SHA-1 or MD5. Encryption, I think, was AES 128 and triple DES. So they've gone in here and they've added now all of these options. So we don't have to do it with a script, which is awesome, which means I'm going to be updating a bunch of stuff for a bunch of customers. So if you haven't checked that out, I'm going to do a video on this. Literally, it's just going to talk about what we talked about. But I have probably a dozen customers that have site-to-site VPNs. Some of them are to Palo Altos. Some of them are to WatchGuard. Some of them are to AWS. And we had to create scripts because I refused to use JSON files. They needed the VPNs, and the only way to do it was through the command line. So they updated a bunch of this. So that's what I wanted to talk about there. So go check out your controller and look at your new options for your VPN. Back to the comments real quick. JH says, I've had to use NetBUI on some of my automation networks just to help secure them up a bit. Well, NetBUI is not secure and is no longer supported. Sean, have a great weekend. Off to the nursery with the wife for plants. Going to be a good weekend for that. Dimitri says, do you have any idea how much it costs to upgrade an elevator system? It is typically hundreds of thousands. So I am not an elevator technician. I actually know the head of the local elevator union here. So I should reach out to him and be like, hey, just to upgrade the control board in this thing to make it more secure, what's it cost? And then we could get like a real, we could get a real estimate on that. But yeah, in anything life safety is extremely expensive. And Dimitri is 100% correct about that. Life safety stuff is expensive, and it's expensive for a reason. Sean says, at least flowers don't need a firmware update. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And JH says, yep, and they still insist on an analog line too. So if you're still using analog lines, you've probably got an email from your provider saying that they are killing copper lines. The FCC has killed copper lines. And so what they're doing is if you still have to have a copper line, they're sending you a cradle point that's got a 66 block. I mean, they send out this very intricate box, and then it's got a Grandstream ATA in it to convert, these physical phone lines over to 4G, 5G. And it's crazy. And JH says, it's not secure, but people don't know it well, so it works on a jump server. Yes, and a jump server, that's another thing I need to do a video on because people don't even know, some people don't know what a jump server is. So we got to talk about that. JH, send me an email, can you, that kind of talks about what we talked about. I want to do a video on that. I want to do several videos on that. I'm trying to get my content output up, like I said. So I want to thank you all for spending your Saturday morning, 30 minutes of your Saturday with me. Like I said, if you need IT consulting, reach out. All the affiliate links are below. They are affiliate links. We get a couple points when you order. They don't change your price. and they do help the channel because we are looking to really start outputting a lot more content. So you're going to see Tim, you're going to see James, and things like that. So we want to keep the consulting, but we want to get that educational content pushed out like we were doing it a few years ago. So once again, I'm Willie. Have a fantastic weekend. I appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.